Welcome to the Repair Shop, where cherished family heirlooms are brought back to life.
This is the workshop of dreams.
Home to furniture restorer J. Blades.
Nowadays, everybody spends a fortune on stuff that once it's broken, they just bin it. But everybody has something that means too much to be thrown away, and that's where we come in.
Working alongside Jay will be some of the country's leading craftspeople.
Every piece has its own story. It's amazing to think that some of my work becomes part of that story.
I've always played with things, I've always repaired things, and I just love it.
There is a real pleasure in bringing people's pieces back to life again.
Each with their own unique set of skills.
Right tool for the right job.
They will resurrect, revive,
Come on, man!
and rejuvenate. Treasured possessions and irreplaceable pieces of family history.
Wow, she's fantastic.
Bringing both the objects
This is what I remember.
and the memories that they hold
Wow.
back to life.
Oh, my God.
In the repair shop today, Lucia employs all the tricks of her trade to restore a 100-year-old painting.
It's like plastering, but on a micro scale.
While a boy's toy gets Steve's seal of approval.
I've enjoyed it all the way through, and I really don't want to let it go. I want it back. I know.
But first,
Hi, could someone give me a hand?
Of course I can.
Caroline Morris needs help with some precious cargo.
Do you want to put it on there? I should be able to hold it.
No, because I don't want her to get even more squash.
Oh, is it?
She's got a family heirloom that needs expert attention.
Okay, so not too heavy for you, Jay?
No, no.
There we go.
So what we have here... Oh, ceramic, right. We have the ceramic queen. It's going to help me out.
Pottery conservator Kirsten Ramsay has 25 years' experience in the field of ceramics restoration, and she's going to need to draw on that pedigree.
What have you got for us?
Here we have the female dog of faux.
Oh, lovely.
And she, unfortunately, her head has been broken. All the little bitties are in there.
Okay.
What's the history behind these two, then?
They're Chinese lion dogs, and they're known as dogs of faux.
Right.
And they guard entrances.
So these will be standing outside the front door and...
They would be inside.
Oh, inside.
Probably on the shelf,
Okay.
looking at the door
Right.
from the inside.
To scare off people or to welcome them?
As a guard dog.
It's a guard dog.
Yeah, that could be a good guard dog. It's quite scary.
I know. My grandchildren are always a bit worried by his face, yes. But these were my great-grandfather's, which he then gave them to his son, my grandfather, who gave them to my father. And when he eventually died, they came to me. You know, they have a huge history in our family, and that's really what we love.
How's the damage come about?
The damage originally came about because my father's dog, in the 1950s, jumped on his desk and he knocked her off.
Oh, my goodness. Naughty dog.
I know. Naughty Russet is to blame for that. My father was very upset. I can remember it happening.
Can you?
I was about 5 or 6.
Oh, golly.
Yeah. So my father tried to stick it, but
I can
then
see.
it was the old glue. I don't know what they used in the 1950s, but it wasn't that good.
I mean, the great thing is that you've got the pieces, and
Exactly, yes.
people are always so apologetic about previous restoration, but actually, at least, hopefully, all the pieces are here. So.
Well, I think so.
So what we could do for you is basically repair her to the same standard as he is.
Exactly. That would be absolutely fantastic. My father will be so happy up there, wherever he is. Let's hope he's up there.
Yes.
Thank you. You take care.
You too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I've been so upset by the fact that she has been in bits, literally, that this would really make my day, make my life, really, because she's been part of it for so long.
They're different, aren't they? I've never seen anything like this before. They're not the prettiest, are they?
I actually love them.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really do. It's a stylised sort of dragon dog type thing, isn't it?
Dragon
I
dog.
think. Beautiful glaze. sort of dripping down the back there.
So what I could do is help you get these over to your desk.
2 hands.
2 hands. I know, you've taught me well.
With the dogs of four safely at her workbench, Kirsten can assess the 100-year-old figurines and soon detects where the 1950s fixes are.
Well, the previous repair is, yeah, it's not great. It's really sort of showing some signs of age. That's really bad. It's been badly overpainted, but there's all sorts of restoration on here. It's particularly dreadful in there. I think I'm just going to take the whole thing apart and strip it back to the original.
To break down all the old paint and adhesive that may be holding the piece together, Kirsten's going to unleash the dragon. Her trusty steam cleaner.
Whilst I appear to be removing some quite large pieces here, I'm very confident that bits that are coming off are actually all just previous restoration. This is porcelain. It's fired to a very high temperature. It's not porous in any way, and the steam is just a really effective, fast way of cleaning it.
Only once Kirsten has removed all the old repairs can she begin to restore this dilapidated dog of foe back to its former glory. The next item to arrive at the repair shop belongs to James Barnes from Salisbury. Steve may be the repair shop's authority on timepieces, but he is also the go-to guy for any Clockwork curios that arrive through the doors.
So what have we got here then?
Well, it's a very old toy racing car.
That's fantastic.
A little bit battered, I'm afraid.
It looks the most wonderful piece.
It's a very precious item.
So tell me a bit about it.
Well, this was given to my father in around about 1925 by my grandfather. A new toy to play with. He was
brand new then?
Brand new then. He was really into cars, motor racing, and he used it, and then after many years, it was given to me to play with.
Yeah.
I think probably slightly vigorously.
Did you sit on it when you were playing? It looks as if it's been sat on.
Yeah, I think it sort of did a few rallies it wasn't designed for.
What car is it?
It's an Alfa Romeo P2. So it was used for, well, what nowadays is called Formula One, but was the top echelon of motor racing in the 1920s.
The steering wheel's not... You haven't got that?
No, that went many years ago.
Do you know if that all turned the wheels?
Yes, it goes down through here.
Oh, I see, yes.
And this suspension all joins up. So you could wind it up and it would go.
Have you got a key for it?
No.
Right, OK, so you'd set the wheels and set it on its way and then run after it.
Yeah, and then you sort of follow it and then turn it. I was brought up in a very large vicarage, and downstairs there was a huge runway, effectively. So you could start it up at one end and let it go, and then it would hit something. I do have a recollection that my mother didn't like me driving it into the kitchen, although I suspect my father might have encouraged that.
I think it's a wonderful piece. I've never seen a car like this of such quality, because this isn't thin tin plate, is it? This is quality tin plate.
Yeah, it is quite solid.
So to get this all working again and looking good and steering again, what will that mean to you to have all that done?
Well, it's a very tangible link with my father.
Sure.
You know, and so for me, and I think of him, and I think he would love it if he knew that this was back as it was as a child's toy and cherished, and it's something that will stay in our family.
Fantastic. And once it's all up and running, would you then let your grandchildren play with it?
Under very strict supervision. The car means a huge amount to me because it's part of our family. My grandfather gave it to my father and he passed it on to me. I'm feeling really excited about seeing it return to its usable glory, really. It's been many, many years. It's just been a static exhibit. It'll be great to have it back operating again.
This French tin toy dates from around 1925 and is rare and extremely collectible.
There's a lot wrong with it. The whole of the front suspension has broken quite badly, actually. Got to give it a good cleaning up. And I think one of the main challenges is going to be keeping the paintwork as it is, because it's got a lovely finish to it, and I don't want to damage that finish at all if I can help it. There's an awful lot of work to do, huge amount of work, but it's just a lovely piece. It's going to be an absolute joy to work on. I love this sort of stuff.
I heard you was mucking around with toys over here. Well, you brought in your old toys, yeah? What are you doing?
You know what, James has brought this car in.
Right.
And it's beautiful. It's such good quality. It's probably the best quality wind-up car that I've seen.
It looks broken to me. You're saying the best quality.
This tin plate is so thick.
Right.
And everything is well made. The detail is fantastic about it. So
You know what? It sounds like you're quite excited about doing this one.
I am.
Yeah?
I really am.
This is the one that's getting your juices flowing. This one is.
Well, it is.
Did you have one of these?
No.
No. You want one of these, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I always wanted one of these.
Oh, bless you.
It is. But it's clockwork. It's a wind-up clockwork mechanism.
So you've yet to see what's like in there. So
Yeah.
that might be totally knackered.
No. I'm sure it
That's
won't.
what I like to hear.
I'm sure it won't.
I knew you was going to say that.
I mean...
You have every faith that this has kept its quality. It's going to be tip-top. All you've got to do is cosmetic stuff outside.
Yeah, and if it's clockwork, I can always repair it anyway. So.
Yeah. See, Steve, you're the man.
With their combined experience, the repair shop squad is poised to rescue and preserve cherished family heirlooms for future generations. And determined to do just that, Kirsten's been doing battle with the Victorian Chinese figurine. After a deep clean, this dog of Thor is now displaying the full extent of the damage. 33 pieces, all of which are encrusted with old glue and paint.
I'm having to work quite hard using acetone and sort of just manually picking with a scalpel. If I don't get all the break edges really, really clean and remove all the old restoration, I won't get good joins. And the whole point of redoing this is to actually make a better job of the repair than was previously done. So it's vital that I get all the edges really good and really clean.
Once the pieces are dry, Kirsten reaches a critical stage, beginning the rebuild. She's starting with a practice run, without glue, to work out how the dozens of tiny bits of fragile porcelain fit together.
Kurt, is this for me?
How did you guess, Joe?
What? That's not right. All right, I'll put my hands in my pocket then. I can't touch nothing. I'm not that bad.
Do you know what?
Yeah?
It's probably all right at the moment.
Is it?
Actually, I don't think this could be in any more pieces than it is at the minute.
So I can touch?
Yeah, go on then.
Thank you.
Yeah. Aren't these great? I love these.
They are quite cute.
It's
So you've
quite-
got loads of bits.
I
haven't you?
have, yeah. I was just sort of checking how that one goes in there, because that was quite badly joined before, so that's going to go there.
That's all right.
And then
Yeah.
I'm going to actually try and do the head, because that's
okay.
in so many pieces.
It's quite a tricky job you've got there then, isn't it?
It is quite tricky. Quite a lot of gluing, yeah, quite a lot of
Okay.
concentration. Probably just have to be left alone.
Well, I kind of get the hint.
on with it.
No, I get the hint.
I'm using an epoxy resin, which has got really good sort of non-yellowing properties. It's very slow curing. It takes about 48 hours to cure properly. So it's great. It gives me plenty of time to actually go back and check that everything's sort of in place and sort of make any adjustments if necessary. Because it's quite a heavy piece, I am actually going to use quite a lot of adhesive here just to make sure it's stable. And I'm now going to offer up the dog, and hopefully it will go on okay. When it goes together well, you can sort of feel it kind of just clicking into place, which is really, yeah, quite satisfying. Especially having spent literally hours and hours cleaning it and trying to prepare it all, so... Yep, that's good. I'm happy with that.
With the dog back on its plinth, Kirsten starts to stick the head back together, fragment by painstaking fragment. But it's soon clear that this jigsaw is missing a piece or two.
It's becoming apparent that actually this is going to be a much bigger job than I had actually anticipated.
To make this porcelain dog whole again, Kirsten will need to mold the missing features herself.
I'm just going to have a little look at the pear of the dog of faux. What I've got is a broken off area and the whole tongue seems to be missing, and I can see from the other dog of faux how the original tongue should actually look. I'm just going to see if that fits now. I'm having to be quite careful because this is quite fragile, this top jaw. I don't want to exert too much pressure.
Tongue completed, Kirsten can move on to replacing the missing section of forehead. And fills in and smooths the cracks to create a seamless finish. Finally, some replacement fangs.
Looking at the other dog of faux, they're actually quite flat, the teeth. I'm just going to press them into place. So that's the teeth in place, but already the dog is looking a lot more ferocious.
The next customer to arrive at the repair shop is Terry Courtley from Bristol.
Hello, Terry.
Pleased to meet you.
I'm Lucia. Come into our lovely workshop.
Lovely, thank you.
Resident painting conservator Lucia Scalisi has been in the restoration business for over 25 years.
Put it on the easel. Now that's the damage. Oh, got my work cut out with this one, haven't I? How did you damage the painting?
I was transferring from one property to another. It was balanced on the back of the car seat. I thought propped up well. The black cat ran across the road, which was very unlucky for me. My brother braked heavily, and the painting shot forward and punctured a hole in it.
It's quite a fragile canvas. I'll look at the back of it in a minute, but what attracted you?
That was in 1968. I was in business with my school friend partnership in plumbing and heating, and we did a first job and had a little bit of profit, and said, I want a decent painting. And we went down to the auction and I found this painting.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I thought, that reminds me of my childhood, because in Worthing there's an avenue of trees like that called the Ilex Way, from Goring
really?
to East Preston.
Is Ilex Way, does that still exist?
That still exists.
Oh,
probably a lot more overgrown now, you know, because I'm going back right to my childhood, 7-year-old, walking down this avenue of trees.
Does it sort of bring people back into your memory, your family or friends?
It's just my friend. He bought a painting as well, and I always reflect to it because he's got the twin of this one.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you still see your friend? Are you still friends?
I still see him now and again. I go down to see him, and he's still got his hanging on the wall.
How nice.
He says it's never moved.
Really? Wow, so it's a really nice record to have of a friendship from childhood to now.
Yeah, he's a good lad.
That is a wonderful story. So we've got a monogram here, JWM, and we have a date, 1887. Interestingly, it's in original condition. We've got an old 19th century canvas here, tabby weave. It's got some old patches on the back. So, with my job cut out, it's obviously repairing that tear. It's very discoloured. If we clean it, it will look a bit brighter, and there'll be more contrast between the sky and the trees, which is quite a nice thing. But leave it with me, if you're happy to do that.
I'm quite excited that you're going to work on it.
Yeah, oh, good, thank you. I'm glad. I will see you when it's all done. Yeah.
Lovely. Many thanks.
Bye.
The painting to me means a great deal. I was 7, 8 years old when I first walked along Ilex Way, and reminds me of my childhood.
This is a difficult job. It's quite a complex problem with the tear. The canvas is very brittle, and there's actually a section of the canvas missing from this damage.
Meeting Lucia, studying my painting, giving me hope that it's going to be restored to a very excellent condition. very pleased.
It's a really complicated job. I've got to combine the ethics of conservation with the practicalities of the work. A lot of thought got to go into this and how we're going to tackle it and a way forward.
Over on Steve's workbench, he's planning the restoration of his latest project. This 1920s toy racing car has seen better days, and so has the paint job.
Lucia, can I ask your advice, please?
You may, yes.
Lucia is more used to restoring portraits and landscapes, but her extensive knowledge makes her a valuable ally in the workshop.
Just had this come in. It's
beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
1925.
Wow, it's absolutely wonderful object.
I need some advice on the paintwork, because I really don't want to touch it that much. I really don't want it to look too new.
But just taking that sort of top surface dirt off, it'll look a lot. Brighter.
Yeah.
Look, it's whatever.
Oh,
Fan belt's fallen off.
No, it's the leather strap that goes over the bonnet. Got to keep that.
Oh, look, and that's the colour.
Yeah.
It would have been red.
Yeah, I don't want it to look like that. But
what if you do a little surface clean and it comes up like that and it's just dirt?
I don't think it will.
I'm tempted.
Oh, are you?
Can I do it? With a bit of saliva.
Be careful.
Let's do it on. Oh, look, that is literally just dirt coming off. I know it doesn't look much, but it's actually a lot in conservation terms. And that's just with saliva. And I think the object's small enough to be able to do a spit clean across the whole thing. I would. I think it'd be very rewarding. But if you don't want to use spit cleaning, I mean, even if you rolled over that with distilled water or something, it would take something off.
Sure.
But the enzymes in your saliva have a bit more of an effect.
I don't know whether I'll have enough spit to do all that.
Oh, I'm sure you...
I have a very dry mouth at the end of this.
Getting into all these little areas here, it's going to be really good because there's a lot of gunk in there.
You'd really enjoy that,
I would enjoy this.
Thank you for your advice.
My pleasure.
Confident he's not going to damage the paintwork further, Steve can turn his attention to the clockwork mechanism.
Slightly scary because I've never taken one apart like this before. Certainly not one of this sort of age. I have no idea how this is actually going to work in the end. So this is what I like about a project like this, is that I have no preconceptions about how easy or how difficult this is going to be. I will just work through it and repair part by part. I do want to actually have a look at the clockwork mechanism, though, and I haven't seen in here yet, so this is going to be quite interesting.
Clockwork toys work by winding up a spring, which, when released, turns a series of cogs, gears and axles to power the wheels.
The screws are coming out nicely. OK. I did think that was just going to pop off, actually, so... yeah. I might just have to force that out. There's no other way. I can't take the top off, I can't take the sides off, I can't take anything else apart. Ah. Right, that's good news. He's obviously suffered from being in the wet at some time, but it is absolutely red rust. It's nice to get that out. That's the first step, really.
With the spring coil finally removed, Steve unwinds it to its full length and sets about cleaning off the rust and grime. A well-maintained spring is key to the smooth running of the mechanism, and cleaning duty doesn't end there.
So what I'm doing now is just scrubbing up the clockwork mechanism from the car. By scrubbing it, what I'm doing is I'm removing some rust, I'm removing the dust, the dirt, the grime. This lever that's absolutely seized up, and it's probably working for the first time in 20, 30, maybe 40 years.
But this piece is relatively modern compared to some of the objects that come through the repair shop doors. And over on Lucia's workbench, more history is being revealed as she prepares to free a 130-year-old painting from its wooden frame.
I have taken out the tacks, and what I'm going to do now is actually lift it out of the back. One of the advantages of having the original tacking edges is because I actually need to make a little patch here, I'll make a pattern, cut it out of here, and actually insert that. So I'll be using the same canvas, so that's the advantage. So now I'm going to lift the stretcher out. There we go. So for the dust collectors amongst us, there's some really grotty dirt and dust down there. And insects, look, a lot of flies. I have found a skeleton of a bird behind a painting once, obviously a big painting, and a small bird. So the next process, I'm going to clean this with my vacuum.
With the painting now dust-free and the hole patched up, Lucia can line the picture, strengthening it by sticking the entire painting onto a fabric backing.
So I'm going to use a lining adhesive that comes as a film, and if you look closely you can see the adhesive is on the back of the canvas, so it will be just nap bonded to the lining fabric. It's a polyester sailcloth. That's pretty good.
Using the heat of an iron, the canvas, adhesive and liner are now bonded together.
I think that's actually quite good. I can see where the tears that I've aligned have melted as well, so that's quite good.
The danger here is that Lucia's industrial glue mix is so powerful it could bond to the table as well.
We'll just give it a little jiggle. That's fine, it's free. You only get one shot at this, so I'm really pleased with that. And it's actually nap bonded or attached to the polyester lining canvas. This square here is where I actually took the patch of canvas and made the infill for the loss. And if you look closely, you can see the patch and you can see where the actual paint is lost on the original canvas as well. And another one I inset there.
With the canvas newly strengthened and intact, Lucia can cut away the excess fabric and then set about restretching the canvas.
I'm actually putting them into the original tack holes so we don't have any extra perforations in the original canvas.
Finally, the corners are carefully folded back into place.
Where it's been protected, it's cleaner and the exposed areas are dirty, so that's sort of helping me. It's like making bed.
Ceramics conservator Kirsten's been rebuilding a century-old Chinese figure known as the Dog of Foe. The reconstruction has been painstaking, but now she can get on with blending in the repairs with some expert paintwork.
I find when I'm painting, it's not about sort of being really, really exact. It's actually getting a feel. It's more sort of an instinct for the feel of the piece. And it's normally sort of something like this. It's quite loosely decorated, you know, it's not sort of tight little things. It's all just quite relaxed and loose. And so I will just try and mimic that when I'm painting and sort of look at the signs of age and wear and just try and copy that too. My palette is actually really small. I think people are quite often surprised how few colours you use. So I have white, got like a raw umber, which is a sort of really dark brown, and that's quite good for sort of making colours look slightly more sort of dirty and aged. A couple of blues and ochre, yellow, magenta, and not a great deal else actually. You can get most colours that you want from that just basic palette. I'm hoping that this sort of really the final stage of painting will transform this Dog of Foe into a dog that Caroline will recognise once again.
When Caroline dropped the dogs off, their 100-year history was evident, but she's hoping Kirsten has managed to get Mrs. Dog of Foe back to her best.
There is a certain amount of nervousness. Maybe they won't be quite as they were before, but the main emotion is excitement, and I really, really feel happy at the prospect of seeing them again. Hello, good to see you again.
Likewise. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
In you come then.
Caroline, How lovely to see you.
Yeah, good to see you as well. Gosh, it's so exciting. Has she been a challenge?
She's been a challenge, yeah. She's been a little bit tricky.
Oh,
but
dear.
do you like to have a look? Yes. Yeah, okay. Okay, here we go.
Wow, look at that. She's fantastic. Look at that. Gosh, you wouldn't have even known anything had happened. That's so incredible. And her brain is looking intact. You're a wonder woman.
Oh, you're very kind.
I'm thrilled. And I think he's so happy now to have her back again. Well, today is my birthday. And it is.
Kept that quiet.
Well, I'm 21 again.
Well,
there you go. Yes. So this is the best birthday present I could possibly
so
have.
Lovely. So she's got new fangs.
Oh, she's
new
got
tongue.
Oh my goodness! So
yeah, there's
she
quite
has.
a lot of dental work in there.
You didn't think you'd be doing dental work?
I didn't know.
Really, I don't know. Just means so much to me, Kirsten.
I'm just delighted.
Really, really fantastic day. Wonderful birthday. Just happiness all around. I couldn't believe how well Kirsten had done them. What an expert. And to me, to my family, my children, even my husband, everybody will be thrilled and nobody's more excited than me. I really can't wait to get them back into their rightful position guarding the door.
Over on Lucia's bench, work is finally underway on the front of the painting. She's filling in patched areas to get a level enough surface to paint on.
So I'm going to use my beautiful dental tool, which I've had since I was a student, and nothing I have ever found has been able to replace it. It's wonderful. And I'm going to apply the filling to those losses. I apply the filler into the surface. This little inset is the little bit that I cut from the edge of the painting to fill in the hole there. So basically I want to bring this fill up to the level of the ground that's on this piece of canvas. It's like plastering, but on a micro scale. So there's the island of original paint in a sea of lovely white filling, and it matches up to the edges very neatly. It's a lovely thing to do. You really get quite focused. It can be quite meditational. It's quite rewarding to see the job well done at the end.
It's been days of work just to get the painting to a place where Lucia can open her paint set and begin to blend in her repairs. This is where her skill as an artist is really tested.
The paintbrush that I use is a pure sable. They're quite expensive because they take a lot of expertise to make. The tip is everything. It controls the flow of the paint onto the surface that I'm working on.
With the background colour in place, Lucia must now begin to imitate the hand of the original artist to rebuild the missing areas of the painting.
So I take a few specks of yellow ochre, mix it in, and I just start to retouch and see how that looks. I think this area of retouching is actually going to be quite forgiving because there's a lot of colours in here and a lot of work happening in the brush strokes. So what I'm trying to imitate is the yellow foliage colours that are being put on before the green foliage is being applied.
Mimicking the style of the artist is an important skill in the world of art conservation.
Really, it's such a slow and minute process, and the labour or the skill, I suppose, and the experience comes from just sort of getting your eye in onto the artist's palette. So you have to know what the artist intended rather than what a modern taste might require.
Steve's been giving an antique Clockwork car a full MOT. But it's been more complicated than he bargained for.
I thought it was going to be relatively straightforward. I have, though, found some issues with it. On the front of the car here, all of the wheel axle side of things, the suspension, it's all bent and broken. I've actually discovered something as well. I'd assumed that this car had a simple toy steering device, but I've discovered actually that it doesn't. It has a more complex rack and pinion device. A rack and pinion device is what you have on a real size car, a proper size car. So quite sophisticated for a toy. But it does mean that I've got to make, from scratch, a new rack for it, which is quite challenging. I hope it works out, actually.
With the internal workings of the car overhauled, it's time to see if you can get them all working together to power the wheels.
So this is the moment of truth. I've made a good solid key for the car, and this is where the mainspring either goes bang or it winds up fully and does its job. It's a great sound, isn't it? And that's working absolutely fine.
Essential to any car, a steering wheel. And this one had been missing for years.
I've made a steering wheel. I've just got to solder those arms on. Starting to bubble now. There we go, that's flowed lovely. I think when James comes in, he might have a problem taking this from me, actually. I really, really want this car. It's so nice.
Lucia has been spending hours meticulously filling in the missing patches on the painting. She's emulating the style of the artist to seamlessly blend in her repairs. And today, owner Terry is due back to collect it.
I think Terry will be very pleased, actually. I think he'll be surprised when he sees how the whole tear has been pulled together. I think he'll be quite happy to see his tree-lined avenue back in one piece.
The painting had hung in Terry's home for 50 years, until it got damaged. He's hoping Lucia has managed to restore it, earning it pride of place back on his wall.
You must be Terry.
That's it, that's me.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
You come to pick up your paintings, is that right?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
Well, you should be. In you come. In you go. Lucia, look who I found.
Ah, Terry.
Lucia.
Welcome, welcome. Lovely to see you again.
Lovely to see you. Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yes,
Yeah, come in.
I'm really excited about this.
Are you? Are you?
So, what did it look like when you first brought it in, then?
I remember a nice 2-inch diameter hole in the middle.
Right.
And I thought, it'll never get repaired, surely.
Well, we won't keep you in suspense anymore.
Sorry, I'm all smiles.
You can't wait to see it, can you? Lucia, it's
Are
over
you
to
ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
You like it?
Over the moon with that.
It's certainly a lot
Wonderful guy.
cleaner, and that hole has disappeared.
And I was thinking of sticking a patch on there and touching it up.
Oh, no.
I'm still trying to find where that hole is, and I can't see it.
That is amazing. I do thank you so much.
Oh,
Yeah.
my pleasure. It was really nice to work on, actually. Lots of little details have come out, like this little flock of sheep over here. They weren't really very obvious because of the discoloration and dirt on the surface.
Those are birds there as well, in the distance?
Birds in the sky, yeah, there's a few birds in the sky, yeah. And there's a lot of details in these figures as well. If you look at the girls' faces, this little girl's got highlights in her eyes, she's got rosy cheeks.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I could get quite emotional over that.
Really?
It's wonderful. Yeah, brilliant. When the painting was revealed to me, words can't describe how I felt. I was like a child receiving its first candy. Just amazing.
Hi, Terry.
Lovely. Here we are.
In the car for you. Back seat. I think you'll be safe if it's nice and
That's
flat
it.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
can't move there.
That'll be fine.
I think I'm going to enjoy it more now because Lucia has cleaned it and brought out all the details. And it will take me back to when I used to be a child walking down this avenue of trees. Take care.
Don't break hard.
Bye-bye.
Meanwhile, Steve has almost completed the restoration of the toy racing car. The motor is safely back in, and he's giving the bodywork a spit clean as per Lucia's very specific instructions.
Hey, Jay, come and have a look at this. What do you reckon of that?
Man, that is cool. I like that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you've done a grand job on this. I like that as well. What is that? Is that like the drive shaft or something?
It's the rack that I've made for it. That's to do with the steering on it.
You've made a rack for the steering. So it works and everything, like it can steer?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's it. So, you know, that's why you're Steve, isn't it?
Thank you very much.
All right. Good. I need 3 of them by the afternoon.
Owner James is looking forward to being reunited with his beloved childhood toy.
It's one of my earliest memories as a child. And because cars are a shared interest with my father, that's something that, you know, I have such fond memories of. I'm hoping to see the car sensitively repaired, because it's got the scars of many, many years of use.
Hello, James.
Hello, Steve.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, excellent.
Come and have a look.
So it's under here?
Yes, it is under here.
Wow.
This project has been such a fantastic project. I've so enjoyed doing it, and there have been issues with it that I didn't expect that I've had to get over.
Okay.
But I've enjoyed it all the way through, and I really don't want to let it go.
So, I want it back.
I know. This might be a reproduction. Anyway, let me unveil it. There we go.
Oh, my word. This is what I remember.
Great.
This is what I remember as a child.
Yeah.
With all the suspension. It's perfect because it's as it was.
Yes, yes.
It's not overdone.
Steering wheel?
Yeah, that's great. Absolutely fabulous.
And the steering works?
That is absolutely unbelievable, and that's come up beautifully, the Alfa Romeo
It has. Well,
badge on the front.
we've cleaned it very, very carefully. We haven't over-cleaned it. We've been very, very careful to leave the age on it. So, I've made it...
Key, look at the key.
So, I think I ought to let you wind it, really.
You think so? You think I can have a little wind?
I'm going to turn that around and...
OK. OK.
It's a long time since you've felt that.
Yeah, it is. It's got that slow click.
Yes. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was a slow... I think I overwhelmed it.
And I really think that we ought to run it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
This is the first time James has seen the Alfa Romeo run since he was a little boy.
Oh, that's right. Turn it around.
Turn it around.
Come back. Yeah.
I'm going to put a little bit of...
But yeah, absolutely.
I think you've done an amazing job.
Thank you very much.
Amazing job. Well, I'm almost tearful. But it's the total link through to my father, to our interest in cars, to remembering playing with this when he was still around, obviously, which is terrific.
Yes. Here's the key.
The key.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
and I'll go and get a box and wrap it up and keep it all safe for the journey back.
Thanks, Steve. That's great. I think there'll be a bit of play in the kitchen this evening. I think my father would be absolutely delighted to see the car repaired. And I can see him smiling down from up there saying, that's a very good job done. I think the most impressive part of Steve's work has been repairing bits that were broken, but not taking away the essence of the car. And the essence of the car is what my father had and what I had as a child, and what our grandchildren hopefully will have in years to come.
Join us next time as more precious pieces are rescued and their cherished memories restored.
Well,
in the repair shop.